Hey, we've got Montreal, Vancouver. The bottom team, that's Vancouver. Montreal near the top. And that's all right here. Hangout starts now. All right, so we've got Montreal coming off a 4-0 loss in their last game, and they're going to try to get back. They had 3 wins in a row before that, so they're going to try to get back on the winning note tonight against Vancouver, a team that's struggling, not scoring very much. Oddly, though, playing okay on the road. So we'll see how that works out. They're coming off 6 losses in a row. They lost their last 6 games. Yeah, I mean, this could be a trap game for Montreal. Could be. I mean, Vancouver with 6 losses in a row, playing horribly. That could be a trap game. Hopefully not. All right, so I got my usual. I don't have much news. I've got the usual stats and everything, and we have the Guess the Score contest. Guess the score of the game. And the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick one guy from each team to accomplish that. And if you are the first person in the chat with that correct guess, that combo, you win $15 off at the store, at the merch store. My guess tonight, although I'm rethinking it, but I got 4-2 Montreal. I'm thinking more like 4-1. So I got to also redact, I guess. I took Sherwood. Sherwood's not in the game today. So I am going to take Connor Garland, who is back in the lineup tonight. I just found this out. So Sherwood not in the game today. So I'm taking Connor Garland or Cole Caulfield. In the first goal, give your guesses in the chat. And good luck, everybody. All righty, let's see what I got so far. I can't read that. That's so small. All right, this is Craig Button on the Habs this season. Montreal Canadiens, the way they've played, how successful they've played, finding good goaltending, finding scoring outside of the top line. I think you have to look at them as a contender in the East. Call it uncertainty, call it disarray, opportunity exists, and I think the opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens to contend is there. Like I said, I don't think they're a big contender, but they're certainly moving in that direction. Their present is bright. Their future, to me, is even brighter as these young players get better and they integrate some even more young players into their lineup. Who knows what moves Kent Hughes has up his sleeves, but this is a team that isn't where they are in the standings by accident. Therefore, you have to give them some consideration in contender. I like that. All right, also Montreal, 12-10-1 at home. Canucks are 12-11-2 on the road. Tonight in net, Dobish versus Tolopilo. Just 6 starts in his career, I believe. And that's another reason why this could be a trap game. So let's hope not. Let's just hope not. Yeah, that's all the new stuff I've got. Standings, Montreal third. The loss to Detroit dropped him down to third. 2 points behind Detroit. Top 3, Montreal in third, 56 points. Tampa just ahead of them, 57 points. And Detroit at the top with 58. So it's really tight. You have Buffalo and the Bruins at 52 points. Toronto at 51. Florida 49. And the Senators at 45. The Senators today signed James Reimer to a contract. So I don't know what's going on with Allmark. But something going on there with Allmark. So they signed Reimer to a contract for 1 season, for the rest of the season, and they're not going to make it out. Yes, tonight are Dan O'Rourke and Pierre Lambert. Yuck, Pierre Lambert. Yuck to referees. Last 10, as you see, Canucks were 2-6-2, and they lost their last 6. And Montreal 6-2-2, and they lost to Detroit the last game, but coming off 3 wins before that, so not too bad. Team stats: power play percentage 20% even for Vancouver, 22.5 for Montreal. Penalty kill percentage, 73.2 for Vancouver and 78.8 for Montreal. So a little bit of an advantage on the special teams for Montreal. Also, I believe that PK is over 81% still from since December 1st. So PK is a lot better than it shows percentage-wise. Face-off percentage, 48.2 for Canucks, 49.4 for Montreal. Goals for per game, 2.66 for the Canucks, 3.31 for Montreal, and goals against per game, 3.57 for the Canucks and 3.20 for Montreal. Nice to be playing a team that has the worst goals against per game percentage in Montreal. All right, goalies tonight. Nope, that's players to watch. Players to watch over the last 5. For points, Jake DeBrusk with 5 and Texier with 6. Goals, DeBrusk with 3, Texier with 4, and assists, Brock Besser with 4, and Nick Suzuki with 3. Here's the goalies. Goalies tonight are for them. He is not listed there. Nikita Tolopilo. He's had 3 starts, 4 appearances. He's 2-1-0 with a 2.74 goals against and a 9.11 save percentage. And then we got Jacob Dobish, 13-5-3, 301 goals against, 8.89 save percentage. Okay, the Canucks lineup: Pedersen, DeBrusk, and Carlson. Comp, Garland and Besser, Sasson, Ogren, and O'Connor. Ratty, Kane, and Hoglander. Willander and Ronick. Olivier, no, it's Joseph. That was Pierre. Olivier Joseph. No, that's totally wrong. Joseph and Myers, and the other Pedersen and Mancini. Or Mancini, I don't know how to pronounce that. And that's it. So you can see out Sherwood, Rossi are out. For Montreal, Suzuki, Caulfield, Texier, Kapanen, Slafkovsky, and Demidov, Deneau, Bolduc, and Gallagher, Valeno, Blay, and Beck. Matheson and Dobson, Hudson, Carrier, Gooley, Jackeye, and Ocean Nets. Doc, Line and Evans are apparently skating with contact jerseys. They're out of the no contact jerseys. So, and Anderson, I heard, will be in the lineup tomorrow. So we'll see if that actually happens. And there we go. Let's see what you guys are saying. First one, Paul Duffy. 3-2, Habs, Caulfield, or Pedersen. The center, not the defenseman. Don't worry, I didn't think it was the defenseman. Phil, it's Gallagher until we buy him out this summer. 6'4". Montreal, Gallagher. I don't think they can get 4 on it. 6'4", Montreal, Gallagher. First goal. Guru, 5'3". Habs, Bolduc, Pedersen. The forward, not the defenseman. I'm assuming, and I'm sure I'm right. Mary Jo, hey Mary Jo, 4-2. Go with that 4-2 score again. Vancouver this time. Garland or Dobson. Joe, hey Joe, 5-2 for the Habs, Caulfield or DeBrusk. Doug, hey Doug, 4-2 Habs, Besser or Slav. Paul, Duffy. Yeah, don't worry, he picked the centerman. This day in 2012, Mike Camilleri traded mid-game, traded during second period break. Mike, Carrie Ramo, and 2012, fifth round pick from Calgary. We got Rennie Bork, Patrick Holland, and a second round pick. Yeah. That was, what was the name of the GM? I can't remember, but why would we remember his asshole name? Yeah, that was Gauthier. Gauthier. Wasn't it Pierre Gauthier? Not Pierre Gauthier. Anyway. He was horrible. Hey, bye, Scott. 5-2 Habs, Cole, or Brock Besser. Phil says it was because we prepared like losers. It was because of a comment he said on the radio that, yeah, they prepared like losers. And then he was traded mid-game. I mean, but they were assholes. I mean, that management group was horrible. Hey, David, how's it going, David? Happy New Year to you too, buddy. I had a pretty good Christmas. Can't complain. I hope you did as well. Go Habs, go! And David Scott, 5-2 Habs. First goal, Cole Caulfield. You can pick one from the other team as well, and you got a better chance to win. So if you want to add that, you can do that, David. If you're still here. If not, hey, talk to you later, buddy. Phil says, is there a possibility of Vancouver blowing it up and trading Pedersen to us? Why? Kid's got 23 points this season. So you figure, oh, we'll come to Montreal, he'll be better. For 11 and something million dollars? No effing way. Better prove he's better, and then we'll trade for him. That's what I think. Gallagher's from where? Where's Gallagher from too? Vancouver. It's true. He's from that way. Flu is bad, says Lucas. Wash your hands and get your flu shot. I got my flu shot a month and a half ago. Thank you. Matty Greer, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Hope you are too. 4-1 text yay. You can add a connect to that as well. Increase your chance. David, hey David, 5-1 Habs Hudson with an accent on the end. That's interesting. You got a French typewriter or something? And Pedersen. I think MB came in the next season. Next season for what are we talking about now? I don't even remember what we're talking about. How's that? That's good. Gally was born in Edmonton, but I believe he was either raised in Vancouver or he did play for, I believe, the Vancouver Giants. Is it there? But there's a definitely Vancouver connection for Gally. Right, so we are getting we're not too far from drop of the puck. It's on Prime tonight and RDS, so I believe it's on RDS as well or TV. I'm not sure which one to be honest. Gallagher Senior is the strength and conditioning coach for Vancouver, so he played over there. I don't know how long he spent in Vancouver, but he played over there. So maybe if his dad was working there, he did live there also for a while. I just don't know. I'm not his biographer. I'm just not. All right. Well, what do I want to talk about? I don't think we have much time till we drop the talk already. 13 past the hour, and the half hour. All right. Vancouver not playing well lately. Obviously, 6 losses, but you could say they're due, and this could be a trap game. So I'm hoping not. I know that usually, if I'm correct, Montreal usually plays well against Vancouver. So, just because they lost 4-0 to Detroit, I don't think that really means anything. This team clearly has an issue every few games or so where passes or like nothing works. It seems like they do this every now and then, right? So I think that's all that was, and I think they get back on the winning track today. They play Washington tomorrow. Honestly, I don't see why they can't repeat what they did the last back-to-back situation where they won both games. Washington, not with the Washington of late. They got Buffalo on Thursday. And I know Buffalo playing well. That's going to be different. I don't know. And then Ottawa, they're in Ottawa on Saturday. Ottawa is probably a win there, I would think. I want to say this in advance. Not this Thursday, the following Thursday. Again, playing Buffalo, but this time they're playing Buffalo in Montreal. I may not do that game. Why? I'll tell you why. Because there is an online. I don't know. It's a meeting of sorts. I'm not like joining anything per se yet, but of the I'll tell you. Give me a second. Of the Canadian Defense Network exploratory meeting. Is that's what it is? The Canadian Defense Network exploratory meeting. It's to talk about the 300,000 person volunteer resistance force that I'm, if they'll have me, I think I'm going to join. So it's a Zoom session for information. So I may, if Matt is going to be in the game, I may start the game with Matt, and then he can keep it going. I'll go do that, and then probably come back. But I'm doing that. I don't only talk the talk, boys. I walk the walk, and if I can join, I'm joining. We're underway here. All right. Oh, you know what I can put up there? I don't know why I didn't think of this. Okay, where is it? Hey, they took away that to put the comments up. They took it away. That's odd. All right. Well, I apologize. Can't put them on the screen. Don't know what's up with that. Okay, let's see this game. Put the volume up so I can hear. Slow ice tonight, you say? I think it's not slow ice. I just think it's not as shiny because of the video. That's I think that's all it is. Well, Kapanen had a good chance there on Tolopilo. Never heard of the Tolopilo before. It is one of those funny sounding names. It makes me think of something. I don't know what off the top of my head yet. Your new targets are the Shens. Good thing you're not a GM because this team would be different every month. Kind of like in fantasy. If Bill was the GM, it'd be like fantasy every day. Okay, we'll move this guy and pick up this guy. Hey, Phil. Shen. I know Braden got a big contract. I don't know. Bolduc almost got away. Almost got away. Like Pokemon, gotta have them all, right, Phil? That's funny though. This, I believe, is Dobish's first start since the first. Meant to say that. I'll also say, if it turns out to be a trap game and Dobish has a bad night, I think he goes to Laval. Because even though we lost 4-0 to Detroit, I don't think you can blame that on Fowler. I am about 26 seconds behind the actual time on here. It's about 26. So I may be ahead of you, but I'm 26 seconds like behind the time that this started. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's whatever. But it's not too bad because Sportsnet is usually around a minute behind. And TSN is the best. TSN runs about, like I have this year, it runs about 10, 15 seconds in between there, behind in lag. That's not too bad. All right, what kind of game we got here? We got 3.5 minutes almost in. One shot for Montreal. That's it. No score here. Beck wins the puck and go get it, Caulfield. He tries to shoulder the defenseman off. Hudson, nope. Suzuki behind the net on the board. The Vancouver got it. No, yes, no, yeah, yeah. Verona flips it up to the half wall and then gets it out just barely, but they've got possession. Carlson sends it in and goes to change up. And here comes Matheson. Over to, I don't know who it is, over to Texier. Texier to Suzuki. Suzuki got knocked down, but no penalty. Back in the Habs zone. So far, from what I see, I mean, I don't think either team's got an advantage yet or looking better than the other. Maybe, and I don't want to say, but maybe they're Canucks are spending a little bit too much time in our zone. If that is the case, it's not a good omen. Good save by Dobish. He gets knocked over by a scuffle right in front of the net. Matheson to someone else, but innocently, just because the two guys were pushing each other, which you guys just saw. But I mean, that's just my opinion. By the way, Matt, I don't know if Matt's going to join me after. It's Monday tonight, so the pod, our NHL pod, is recording like right now, so he's there, and I don't know if he'll pop in after or not. Icing against Vancouver. It's with Arbor Jacki wearing a helmet. You see him on the ice. They had him in the warm up because it's on Prime. You see a lot. When my youngest wears like his beard like that, like the way Jacki's wearing it now, I swear to God, he looks just like he could be his brother. Yeah. Jack, I think, is younger than my youngest. It's right around the same age. So yeah, it strikes me every time I see Jack in a close up with a helmet on. The pressure here by Montreal. Come on, boys, keep the puck. Keep the puck in there. The no line is out there. Broken up by Vancouver. They're on their way up towards our net. Jackeye steals it. He's racing up the wing. Takes a shot. Glove saved by what's his name? Tolopilo. Um, I don't remember his first name now. Nikita. So Tolopilo, being Nikita, you got to think he's either Russian or of that area, or Swedish possibly would have a Nikita. I'm just trying to figure out where this like Tolopilo and you hear Nikita, I go, that's not a Russian name. So I'm just wondering what nationality that kid is. If anybody wants to look it up and tell me, I'd appreciate that. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Oh God, that's a stupid commercial. What the hell kind of stupid commercial for Uber Eats is that? All right, I'm a little bit dumber for having seen that commercial. I'll just sorry. It's the way it is. All right, I think everybody left. The Canadiens have spent 26 days this season in first place in the Atlantic. I didn't know that. That seems like a lot. Not bad. Everything is tight, just like a virgin. Like a virgin. Oh, shiny and new. Come on, boys. Oh, a tip. Almost. Close. Good with no cigar. Hey, Charles, how's it going, Charles? How's it going out there in Nassau? As always, good to see you, buddy. Uber Eats is a terrible idea. I've had people order it. I don't have Uber on my phone, so I know if I'm going to order it, Skip or DoorDash. But even then, I don't like using them. They rip off the restaurant. So, oh, nice little move by down. Oh my gosh, how they not score there? Great little move, just a little move by Devin Dog, and then this tour, whatever his name is, made an amazing save on Kapanen. How with his stick? Wow, wow. And you know what? It was the defenseman. I think the defenseman made the save. Anyways, unbelievable. Thank you, Charles. Have a great. I guess it's nighttime there. So have a great night, buddy. 74 degrees. Man, I would love 74 degrees right now. Another stop by Solo Kilo. Keeps it up pretty soon. We throw a fucking Kilo. Farrell, it's not Wolverine. Is that the Wolverine from like a long time? I can't remember always. But it's not that it's the last 26 days. They spent 26 days total this season in first. And it's not, nobody's been like 26 days in a row. It's been so up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, if you look at the shots are 7-1 for Montreal. No score yet. It's 11:50 to go in the first. It is the same time. I keep forgetting that. It's the same time down there. Hey there, Sean. I'm doing good. How you doing? There's a lot of noise in the Bell Center, I'll tell you. Awesome, Sean. A big hit there, I think, by Jack. I sort of missed it. So. Come on, off the bar! Oh my God! Galley all not all alone. Anyway, save the saved by the goalie. We'll have a face off in front of Solo Pilo. Ah man, that touch lower that was in. I don't know who took a shot. They're showing Gooley, so I'm gonna say probably Gooley. But just a touch lower that was in. God damn it. Face off won by Montreal. Shot, I think, off somebody, hit the netting, came back in. So another face off coming up. And my son James and Ann Arbor look so much alike. Icing against Montreal. Vancouver actually has two shots now. Look at that. Shots are 8-2. And they no, that's not a full commercial, so no commercial break. Um I kind of think the Habs are the better team here, but not by much right now. And they're unlucky tonight. Like, so hopefully that doesn't last all night. Your son looks like Bruce Boudreau or Claude Julien. You don't look like those guys. You don't look like Bruce Boudreau or Claude Julien. Well, you're not bald now. You're not bald. Oh, the kid's bald, of course. Well, yeah, of course. Man, get one. Vancouver, I think it's just lucky. That kind of luck, this could end up a trap game. Let's hope not. Yeah, so Dobie so far is fine. He's been fine so far. Like, it doesn't look rusty so far. It's a lot for a goalie to not play for a week and a half. Connor Garland. He looks like a guy you might like his looks. Like you'd want to punch in the face. But he's a good hockey player. I don't know something about his looks. He must remind me of somebody that I didn't like when I was growing up. Oh, and they score. God damn it, Pedersen. Whoever had Pedersen. Oh, there you go. How many people do we got with that Pedersen? We got a lot of people had Pedersen. If you had Pedersen for the guess to score, let me know what your score was. Now, before that goal happened, I really wanted to say this. Habs had so many chances and they were not lucky and they couldn't score. If Vancouver gets the first goal, this could be a bad game for us. And they got the first goal, I swear, like 30 seconds later. I should have said it. Guru, you had Pedersen 5-3. Gotcha. Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once. Going twice. ABL. Wow, 12 nothing. The girls, okay, I can see that maybe more. Yeah, I'm worried about getting goalies here so far. It could be a trap game. It really could be. This is the type of game that, you know, team coming in, huge losing streak, shouldn't win this game. If they win this game, that's a trap. Yeah, but just one goal. I'm not worried about a 1-0 lead. If they go up 2, 3 goals, though, I'm gonna worry about that. Because this goalie, in my mind, there was probably at least one goal that was taken away, either the goalie or the defenseman. I'm not sure who got that. Maybe two. Like we could have one or two goals already. So yeah, but they scored on us, Phil. There's no shutout. Paul, you had Pedersen 3-2 Habs. Gotcha, buddy. I know there was at least one more. I think had Pedersen. No, maybe it was just the two. Maybe it was just you two had Pedersen. I think Pedersen just tripped Gooley there, but I'm not sure. I think he did. No call, of course. Oh, Garland's a hell of a player. I know that. Well, believe me. But he's American from Boston. I didn't know actually. I imagine that his name was on the American roster. Did he, Guru? No, I didn't know that. That's not a. I mean, coincidence. Or I mean, that's interesting though. 5:21 to go. They're going for commercial break. Yeah, I'm worried about this goalie. I'm worried about this goalie. One reason first when I first saw his numbers, I went, "Oh, okay. He's only got 6 games, but his numbers are good." A la Jacob Fowler, right? He's got good numbers. Never heard of him before. He comes in here and look the way he's playing. Oh God, this is going to be one of those games. I'm watching a commercial for Bet365, I guess it is. That's all AI bullshit. That commercial's mostly AI. Rick Bonus, yes, yes, yes. Columbus Blue Jackets fired Dean Evison and one of his assistants, and they hired Rick Bonus. So Rick Bowness coaching the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll see if that helps them, as they have not been very good this year. I want to say Bowness retired after coaching the Dallas Stars last. Am I right? That was the last team he coached. Dallas Stars went to lost in the playoffs. Sadly, that year, expected to go farther, if I remember. Yeah, one of the toughest teams to make, dude. Not the toughest team, though. Was it the Winnipeg Jets he coached? I thought it was Dallas. You sure he didn't coach Winnipeg before Dallas? Come on, boys. Just keep going at it. Just keep going at it. Brad, of course. You know that's going to happen. You ever hear of him before? Anybody out there that's ever hear of this goalie before? I'll be back on camera in a couple of minutes, by the way. You know what I noticed? You might not be hearing me very well because my mic was all the way over there. I forgot to put it over here. My apologies. Capping and fan on a good opportunity there. Come on, boys. Get that puck off the wall. Oh, where's that camera? There's a camera is that in the wall there? That was an interesting camera angle. 3.5 minutes to go, by the way. Shots are 10-6 Montreal. 1-0 Vancouver. I really thought Dallas was his last team. Okay, I didn't know that. Vancouver definitely playing way better than I would have thought they were going to play tonight. I wish they could get a goal before that period because second period's coming up. Montreal not the best period usually, or a lot of times. They had too many men, wasn't caught, apparently, Vancouver. Come on, guys. Keep that pocket. Careful. Careful, careful. Vancouver takes the first penalty. So Montreal power play. So there's 1:51 left in the first. So if they're not successful, 9 seconds left in the second. But let's hope they're successful on the power play. Vancouver's PK, if I'm correct now, 73 point something percent. So not a good PK by the percentage anyway. What is currently like its current pace is, I don't know. So we'll have to see. Hey there, Mo. They have a sliding door in the glass for the camera. I low like that. I never saw that. I know they have one like on the glass, but that was that the glass? That looked like the camera was on the low side. Anyway, yeah, I never seen them use that angle before. I don't remember. Lucas, I hope so. I mean, good opportunity with the power play. So let's hope. Mayor of Kingstown. That's a good show. Very dark. Very dark and nothing uplifting about that show except that it's very well done. If you don't watch Mayor of Kingstown, you should. There's 5 seasons so far, and it's been pretty good. The reason I brought that up is because I saw a commercial for it. That's why I brought it up. What's next after Greenland for? Oh, I don't really. You really want to talk about that? He's really talking about Cuba a lot. He's got options. He's mentioned like 5 different other countries, Canada being one of them. If he's no, from what I heard, if he's coming to Canada, he's going to Alberta first because they are heavily involved in what's going on in Alberta. All I got to say, you know what I got to say? If you have kids in the room, cover their ears. Fuck ice. And they score. Right there. That's the proof. Fuck ice and they scored. I didn't see it very well, so I got to watch it on replay. Dobson opens the scoring for Montreal. So just as we wanted, 1-1. Hopefully, that it's 1:47 to go in the period. And yeah, that's a great way to go into the intermission. Right off the draw, Dobson gets the puck. He walks the line to the center of the ice and shoots, and it goes in. I don't think it hit anybody either. Hey, BL, what the hell is that with that? That shocked the hell out of me. I watched it last night. No, what he's gonna do is gonna take over the Wells. His kids. What? Watch and see. That's what's gonna happen. Anyway, one more episode for this season. All I can say about that, by the way, is I want some physiotherapy. Come on, boys, put another one in. Not really yet. Maybe. Oh, that Cavio on the bad angle, and then he gets, I don't know, was in the air to puck, and he tries a backhander swat into the net. He hit the puck, but he didn't get it in. Important stop there by Dobish. Like it had like 18 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. No, not 10 left now. So we have a 1-1 tie after one period of play. Nice. All right, so we got an intermission. We can talk about the first period. We can talk about what you think is going to happen in the second period. We can talk about anything else in hockey, and we can talk about anything else you might want to talk about. Let's just talk, though. It's Rick's Let's Talk for mental health. Yeah, I think Caulfield hit the bar on the first attempt. It bounced up off the glass in the air. He swatted it back and hit the back of the goalie, but it didn't go in. It's not she's going to college. She's going to cheerleading. Like she's taking a cheerleading course or something, but that's what all it's for. And she applied. Don't you remember? She had that session. It was hilarious. You know what I hated though? I really like when she was younger in the movies. Ali Larder, thought she's a gorgeous woman, all that. But I hate her character on this show. My God, what a ah reminds me of so over dramatic. Reminds me of one of my ex girlfriends. Detroit up 1-0 after the first. We got to keep pace with Detroit. There's no doubt. Drop two to them. We need to keep pace now, and hopefully Detroit will blow it. I don't know who they're playing. That down so I could think. Ah, all right. Anyway, like I said, anything you guys want to talk about here? How did you like the first? What do you think the second's going to be like? The blind one? What do you mean the blind one? Totally missing you on that. Hey Quinn, how's it going, man? It's been like a dog's age. Good to see you out there, buddy. You back from overseas or something? Anyways, hope things have been good for you. My ex was that no, she wasn't legally blind. It was the crazy ex one. Some of this, some of her character, Ali Larter's character on Landman, not everything, but some of it is so like my ex. She may be listening. I don't know. She watches me sometimes. It's kind of creepy, but my ex Connie, she some of that character is her, and it drives me crazy. Habs gonna score 4 in the second. Hey, I like that prediction. I like that Habs. I like that prediction. Let's hope that is what happens. I'll listen. You know what? I'll take 2, but I like 4 better. You were in Qatar? Jesus. Now, see, Brisbane, Australia, that but Qatar doesn't interest me for any reason. I'd love to go and see Australia one time. That's what it is. Airplane simulators. That's what you do. I remember now. Awesome, dude. All the best, though. Hey, all the best. Just stay out of the U.S. That's all I ask. Stay out of the U.S. Don't go down there. All of you out there, stay out of the U.S. As far as I know, I'm in good health. I don't have much to complain about. I'm old. I'm getting, I'm not super old, but old people's complaints. But yeah, same thing for you, dude. I hope all's well that way. But just stay out of the U.S., please. All right, who else is here? And what else we going to talk about? I'm just trying to. I was out all day, so I didn't really have a chance to do my usual stuff all day and then find out whatever's going on. So I don't know if anything's like happened today much in the league. Although if it did, usually Matt updates me on something like that. So yeah, no, good. Don't go down there. Even listen, even if you have, like, got to go for work, just be careful. Just be careful. I mean, I know you can go down there and you can, and nothing happens, but you never know, man. Getting worse and worse and worse. Civil war probably happening soon, and hopefully that doesn't spill. Like, hopefully, actually, in a way, that they have a civil war, so they're busy with that, and they leave us alone. But like I said, I'm going to take part in that Zoom thing they're doing, so I can find out what's going on, and if they'll have me, I will volunteer. It's not to volunteer to go out and actually fight and shoot at people, but it's like a support thing to support anything that's going on. You know what I mean? To help out, whatever you can do. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna try to join that. We will fight them in the alleys. We will fight them in the street to street, house to house. They can do their worst. We will do our best. My son, he's not here right now, but he's been streaming again, like a lot too. Hey, Habseth, awesome, thank you, appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I wasn't sure if I'd seen you out there before or not. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Everybody else, give a thumbs up if you haven't yet. And if you're new here, like Habseth, hit that subscribe. Actually, that means it should mean you're subscriber number 4,000, Habsta. I'm gonna go check right now while we're talking. I believe so. If that's because I'm one away. Let's see. Yes, sir. Habsta is subscriber number 4,000 to this channel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. There, your claim to fame. From now on, you can always say, "Hey, I was number 4,000 on Talking Habs," and people are gonna go, "What? On what?" No, never heard of it before. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. You know how long I've been chasing 4,000 for? It's like too long. Too long to really to feel comfortable celebrating it too much or bragging about it too much. But I do appreciate it, and thank you. Free liquor for Hapsta. Oh yeah, who's giving them free liquor? Honestly, I wish I could do something for it, but right now I can't. But I do appreciate it. They say the first 4,000 are the hardest. The next 4,000 come easy. Do they say that? I never heard that. What the hardest is the first 1,000. And it's not. How do I want to put it? And anyway, don't type in. Don't put yourself down. It's not. It's not about that. I've got a limit. Obviously, you know. I am who I am. People like me or they don't. I'm not going to try to do anything stupid to win people over. I am who I am. I'll get who I get, and hopefully, whoever does subscribe is happy that they did. At this point, 7 years in, I no longer have the same. What's the right word for that? Not hopes. Um, I no longer have the same delusions about YouTube that I did at the very short, first few years. Um, yeah, I know what the reality is, and I'm fine with it. I have fun doing it. I don't know what my days would be like without it right now, so it is what it is. Do I know Pete the Fist from BC? You mean the Canucks fan? He's not a Canucks fan. It's obvious he's not a Canucks fan. He'll be back, by the way. I don't know exactly when, but he's got this new shift or something for the next 3 months that allows him weekends off. I think 3 days. I don't know if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I told him anytime you got time, just let me know and I'll send you the link and he'll join me. So he'll be joining here and there for the next few months. Is that Schmucks? Is that what you wrote there? Schmucks, I mean? For what now? For what? Who was I calling Schmuck? I don't remember doing that. Anyway, so far so good for this game. Started out kind of even, then it looked like Vancouver was gonna turn it on, and that damn goalie. And I don't know, Montreal, they're playing well, not lucky. And now I think they are they've got a little momentum. I hope that carries over into the second. You call the Canucks schmucks? Do you say it like I do, schmucks? Because I'm Jewish, so when I say it, schmucks, what a schmuck is really is it, I think people think you're calling someone an idiot. I guess it does mean an idiot, but your schmuck is really what that is. So, but it means an idiot, really. So I don't know if you're saying it like that or not. So yeah. If I let a Canucks fan on, the next thing you know, you will be bringing in a Leaf fan. Um, I don't, um, what's the word was it? I have no prejudice against who you like. And I have no problem having fans on. As you guys know, he's making a joke, by the way. Like BL and I have a special relationship. Uh, I don't care who you like, as long as you're civil about it. You're gonna come on and go, then I don't want you on. But I don't really care who you like. As you know, Bia, it is a very old Jewish thing. Schmuck. Yep. And putz, it's the same thing. They mean the same thing. And they actually do, because when you call someone a schmuck, you call someone a putz, you're basically calling them an idiot. And a schmuck or a putz is that. That's what the term is for. That's what it means. It's slang for that. And there you go. You see, you learn something new every day. You wouldn't have thought to learn a Jewish word now, but hey, you never know what you're going to learn every day. I should have cleaned my glasses. Shit. I get a foggy up here all the time. So I look up and it's like, what? It looks like it's foggy in the room. Schmuck is the foreskin that is cut off in a brit. The Jewish ceremony. You're telling me that. You're going to tell me what a schmuck is. I mean, you may be right, but that's down there. And as far as I know, a schmuck means you're dick. And you're calling someone a dick or you're calling them an idiot. That's what it means. Or it can be very endearing too. Well, Habsta, we're glad you found it too. Glad you subbed and hang out here. I do every game, so just if there's a Habs game on, just look for it, or well, you sub, so it'll let you know. And for the Olympics, I'm gonna try to cover all the Canadians. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to, except for the times. They're gonna be on some weird times, but I'm still gonna do Canada games. Okay, so if you want to believe the goy about what it is, or you can believe me, the Jew, but one of them is right. Now, Phil, before I make more of a fool of myself, did you look that up to see what that was, and that's actually what it is? It could be. Sorry, it has to do with the penis. That's all I know. Now, was it Nucci? Nucci Poochie. I love that. Since that's not correct, Phil. See, fellow Jew in the audience. So who's right there, Nucci? Me or him? If you drop in for every game for the rest of the season, you might even meet Matt. You might. You might. How many games we got left? 30 something? Yeah, he might be in for one or two of those. Nah, he's doing better this year, though. He's doing better. He tries to give me a list now every month of games he can't do it. So I know ahead of time. I am on every Habs game. See, Nucci says I'm right, and as far as I know, I'm right. But I'll give it that I don't know if I'm right as far as maybe it's still. I mean, that still has to do with that. So I don't know if that, but as far as I know, that's what it means. If I'm angry and I call you a puss or a schmuck, means I'm calling you a dick or an idiot. And if I'm not angry and I'm calling you a schmuck or a puss, it means, hey, buddy, like like guys do to each other. That's how it works. And even though I'm atheist now, I'm still Jewish, and I've been Jewish my whole life. So it's I kind of know. Am I fluent in Yiddish or Hebrew? No, I'm not. Yeah, only when I go to my MAGA rallies. When I get the red hat on, yeah, I'm going to the anti-MAGA rally online. I may miss that game on the 22nd, but it's for good. And I may only miss part of it. Depends on if Matt's here or not. We are just about back where it's second. Man, Arbor looks so much like my son. And then I showed a picture once of James, my youngest, working out. He was with his girlfriend, and they were posing, and he was doing that. And he looked so much like Tom Wilson there, I found. So it depends on what his beard is. If it's a full beard, he looks like Tom Wilson. If he's got just that, he looks like Arbor. We're underway for the second. Um, awesome, Nucci, that's awesome. I'm just not observant. I'm atheist. We were I think I was bar mitzvahed, but I mean we weren't raised religious. Yeah, I'm just not religious. But if you put a gun to my head and said, "Pick a religion and be it would be Jewish, no doubt. Not even. It wouldn't take me more than that to say it. You know what I mean? So, another big opportunity right in front of well, what's his name again? Tolo Pilo. Wasn't there like a mouse character, Topo Gigio or something? That's what that name reminds me of, I think. Hey, no worries. We got two Jews here. One practices, and I always say I don't need to practice. I'm good at it. I don't need to practice. I'm good. I'm good. Been a Jew my whole life. But no, I would actually do need to practice. I'm yeah, I don't know everything about being a Jew, but I do know what putz and schmuck means, okay? All right, so I'll go over the shots. They're 14-7, so we're doubled up on shots with Montreal. It's a 1-1 tie. And we're almost a minute in to the second. Was that slap he missed the net with that? Jesus. Come on, guys. You gotta hit the net when you got opportunities by that. I mean, second, we're what, a little over a minute in. It's starting out looking like the first, so that's not a bad thing. Members, no. Subscribers, yes, Bill. Members, no, not from everywhere. Because you put Bahamas, Charles is not a member. So, other than that, yes, I do have members from all over there. Ah, they scored King. Oh, I didn't see it. I gotta see it on the replay. Yeah, it this is partially because Jack Eye's playing on the offside. He's playing on the right instead of the left. Although that was on the left. He was on the left side. Damn it. I don't know that you can blame Dobish on that. All right, they're up 2-1. It's only one. Just don't let that get worse. Or it's the second period, and it's well, we suck in the second sometimes. We shall see. I'm not sure we say the Nucci. Hapster, you're on Vancouver Island. Is that what we said? We got 3 minutes. We're 3 minutes into the second. Shots are 15-9, 2-1 Vancouver, and they just I think that's some icing against Montreal. That how did that puck go in? Oh, I see how Kane scored that. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not blaming Dovish on that. Pete's from Victoria, yeah. He is on Victoria. Which I mean, that's not the same. Victoria and Vancouver Island, it's not the same. Unless I'm wrong. Oh yeah, if I turn the volume up a little bit, I hear it better. I think that's how it works. Okay, guys. Now some pressure. You can't say you get all this Blake Coleman chatter? Ah, man. Caulfield, Total Peel, whatever his name is, stopped him. That's a really good opportunity there. Come on, boys. Score! Carrier! It's not Tofino. It's, wait, let me look. Tolo Pilo. Tolopilo. It's 2-2 off the stick of Carrier in the high slot, I do believe. Yeah, that's the missed opportunity there from Caulfield. No, there. Suzuki to Carrier, boom, in that. And I don't know who fed Suzuki there. I don't know who got the other assist. Just call him Torpedo. Three more have said, you're right. You listen, the other day I called it 3 in the second. I said they're going to get 3, and they got 3. So yeah, I called it the other day. Why not you? Scored! There's number 2. Carrier. 2 in what, a minute? 3-2 now, Montreal. There's number 2. You're halfway there, buddy. Yeah, second. How long in between goals? Not much. Alex Carrier, the Canuck killer. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He just had to redirect that. That's all he had to do. Stick down. He got it right up in the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Yeah, have to. You got 2 more to go, but you're halfway there, buddy. Shot saved by Topo Gigio. That's what I'm calling him now. Topo Gigio. Who Topo Gigio was for you old guys. Um, the guy that you no, that couldn't be Topo. It was a mouse or something. You got to be old to know Topo Gigio, I think. All righty. Face off won by the Habs. Another shot didn't get through. Texe with it comes back to his own zone. A hell of a smile. Wouldn't you smile? You got 2 in like 15 seconds. Hey, wouldn't you? I'd love it. Ed Sullivan show, right, Paul? Yeah, okay, I think I thought it was right. Senior Wences? We're the last generation that's gonna know the answer to that question. That's it, pretty much. That's isn't that bad? Caulfield, Dobson, Slav, back at Caulfield, or Texier? Texier now. It's all over the place. That looked like they had a power play there. I thought they did for a second. Well, Paul, right now you're sitting with the win for the if it stays like this, you get the guess to score, which would be good because you can then collect for the last one that we couldn't get you, but now we can get it. So if you win here, you're actually gonna win, be able to cash in a little more than 15. Damn it! I thought he was gonna shoot. Now this is but still they got the puck. Still good pressure here right now. But they're not getting anything shot on goal. And then capping and shoots, he was wide with the shot. Brad, you saying Senior Wences was on Dick Clark show too? Dick Clark. Come on, guys. Come on, boys. Back to I don't know who he. Anyway, that was a good chance there. Who's playing with back there? That was Blake. Working our way down at a 9-minute mark of the period. 9 minutes in. Shots are now 20-11 for Montreal. It's 3-2 Montreal. Atu Ratu. Isn't it Adi Ratu? Or is it Atu? Maybe it is Atu. Hapster, you got time, man. Still, we're almost down to at the halfway mark, but you got plenty of time to get the other two. They scored 3-3. You can see that happen. The breakdown there with Jack Eye and the other who he's playing with. You could just see that happen. Sorry there, Paul. That screws you. Guru, you're still in the running. Damn it. Now Doba should have probably had that. Yeah. Uh, you know what? I'm not really even gonna blame him on that completely. But he probably should have had that. But anyway. I honestly wouldn't have thought Vancouver was gonna score 3. And I want to say we beat them when we were in Vancouver. It was a 4-3 win so similar score already to the last game. Oh, here comes a 2-on-1. Somebody get back. Ooh, they missed. Thank God they missed the net. Careful there, boys. Careful there, boys. You had 3-2 Habs with Gilles Lupien and Stan Smil. If one of those guys was Pedersen, then you'd have been in it. Arbor, you think not having a good game there, Brad? Yeah, listen, a lot of hockey left to go. Tied up. They're not losing at least. But being a trap game, I mean, this is close because we wouldn't have thought Vancouver was going to play this well. So it's close to being a trap game. It could end up that way. Let's hope not. 2 needed points. You want to keep pace with Detroit and Tampa. So, yeah, they need to win. They'll survive if they don't, but this would be a blown opportunity against the bottom team in the league. Yeah, you should win. When you were 5, Habs says when he's 5 years old, every kid's hero was Superman. Well, it was, yeah, like comic book heroes. But yours was Guy Lafleur. My favorite player of all time, Guy Lafleur. When I get back on camera, you'll see behind me. I got a Guy Lafleur sweater. I got a picture of Lafleur up there, and on the to the so you're looking at it to the left of it on the wall. You'll see I have something Lafleur hanging up too. Hafsa, how old are you? 71. Is that the year you were born? There's no guaranteed win in the NHL. No, not with parity the way it is. You're 100% right. That's why you can't look past it. Like they're last in the league, you can't go into a game with them and look past it because sorry, even though they're last, they can beat you. Your favorite player was Oleg Petrov, really? Yeah, Petrov was a pretty decent player. Number 6. Did he wear number 6? I think so, Petrov. Oh, come on, boys. Tolo Pilo definitely making a difference for them. That's for sure. Detroit's up 3-0. We got to win this game. Your favorite have was Craig Ferguson? Come on, Gail. Why? Did you know him or something? Because he's from the area? Yeah, Petrov was, he was a little small. If Petrov had more size, like he was a good little player, but a little on the small side. Komisarek was not number 6. Komisarek wore number 8. No, Komisarek until he left and went to Toronto. Forget that. But he wore number 8. Oh, so Craig Ferguson was a Cape Breton. I figured that's why you like him. I mean, did he play here hardly at all? No, he wasn't here long, if I'm correct. Anyway, it's like he's one of those players. Like I know the name, I know he was a Hab, don't remember him playing. Steve Shutt was your guy. Like, are we serious though? Steve Shutt was your guy back in the day. Hey, it's a good choice. Vernucci, Kirk Muller, Mike Keane. I liked Muller when he was here. I used to pick him in the fantasy pool back in the day. And man, he got points. Muller was a hell of a player. Cam Connor in the seven. What are you guys bringing up like these obscure names? I know who Cam Connor is though. And Connor again was now. Let me see if I'm correct. Connor wasn't here long, and we traded him to. Did we trade him to Edmonton? Is that the guy I'm thinking of? I'll be back on cam, by the way, in about a minute. And we got 8:19 to go. There was a whistle at the net, and shots, I think, said 22-13 in this 3-3 tie. Robert Lang, also not here that long. And Tonge was the guy they wanted to get for a while. They get him, and he was here for one season. Yves Racine, another kind of obscure defenseman, wasn't he? Larry Robinson would be up there. Well, I would hope so. Jeez. Didn't like Larry. I would like to I would like to meet him again. Like I met him when I was pretty young. Delivered a pizza to him, Larry, and too shy to say much to him. So, but like today, I would say stuff to him and talk to him a little bit. Phil, I don't remember St. Louis being a guy that we were after, but Le Cavalier, yeah, he kind of used us for a contract, then ended up in Philadelphia. Habsta, I have not either. So if I do miss the one on the 22nd, it'd be the first one. But I may have missed one. I don't think so. On average, I don't think I missed more than one or two a season, usually because I'm sick or something like that. You know what? It wasn't Aurel Joliat. It was Morenz, Harry Morenz deal. And then, many years later, the flower came along. And you have a Brian Bellows autograph? That's cool. Brian Bellows, he was, did he get 40 when he was here? 40 goals? I think so. Not sure. Careful. 6:45 to go in the second. 23-14 shots on goal. How long was Weber here for? What, 3 seasons? I remember Wisniewski. Marc-Andre, Bergeron, he could only play on the power play, if I he was a power play specialist. Perry Turnbull, I remember Perry Turnbull. Ian Turnbull was a better player. Played for the Leafs, though. Yeah, Wisniewski was pretty good. So what are you just naming names to see if I know? Like, how would I not know Wickenheiser? Galley was happy to see Weber go. Why? They didn't get along? Is that what you're saying? Xhaka and Kane with a little bit of an altercation there, but not much. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember with Galley and yeah. I didn't know that's what you were referencing. Yeah, it was Weber, I think both times, I do believe. Johnny Boychuk, he never played here. Peter Svoboda. I remember when they drafted him, and then when he first we didn't like him at the beginning when he first started playing here, but yeah, I liked him overall. Boychuk injured Galley's hand in 2015. Is that the first one? BL, yes, Svoboda you're talking about? They snuck him in. Did he did he defect? Was that because back in those days you had to defect if you're a Russian? Romanov hurt Galley's, but that's not what we're talking about. No, the broken hand. Any exciting games I was at? Oh, exciting game. Shit, I got it. You're making me remember all the games I was at? Oh my god. Um, I'm sure, yeah, but I nothing stands out that off the top of my head. Svoboda is Czech. Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually. And yeah, I believe he had to defect, right? Um, Phil, you're actually right about that. That Romanov, and I read this before he was traded. That he, with the talent coming up, he probably end up having to be moved because there'd be no spot for him. The time the Rocket got all three stars was, I think, the day he moved, was exhausted, and got 8 points in the game, 5 goals, 3 assists. That's the game. I think it is that game. Yeah, the best Habs goalie, Rastico. Yeah, Andre Rastico. Come on. You were at was yeah, I watched that on TV. I that I know yeah, I can't forget that game. That was a very low time in my Habs fandom. It was they traded him not what, a few days later. It was not a fun time. Poor Jocelyn Thibault too in that trade. He wasn't a bad goalie, Thibault, but he had no chance here being liked or accepted after being traded for Roy. Was it 11-1 or was it 9-1? I don't know. Why am I thinking 9-1? Anyway, Tremblay just left him in way too long just to show dominance over him. And Roy said, F you. Although Roy said, in hindsight, he should have held his temper and not said what he said. So, Riche, yeah, I mean, I was a big Riche fan too. Come on, guys. Yeah, I don't think Montreal gotten two. We were getting our asses kicked. I do know that in that game. For me, I thought it was 9, but 11-1 could be right. Yeah, yeah. I heard this a couple of years ago. I guess he was interviewed, and yeah, I heard that he had said that. Well, I read that he had said that. He should have not said what he said and let it kind of blow over and not get traded. Didn't know he was capable of that. Well, yeah, he's a lot older now. Back then, no, he couldn't hold his temper. I don't even know if they pulled him though in that game, but maybe it was they pulled him after 9 goals. They left him in way too long for the goal for his stature in the league and all. They left him in way too long. But we know now that it was on purpose. They left him in there. Yeah, yeah. That's probably why 9 for me stood out. Who was the backup then? I don't remember who the backup was then. It wasn't Rastico back then. No, no. When you say you don't blame him, no, I do. In that he, even though it was whatever and it was embarrassing and all that, he should have not. I mean, not forced his way out of the city because of it. Who was the backup? Vachon? Who? Which Vachon are you talking about? Wasn't Rogie Vachon, that's for sure. Habs said they did that in St. Louis last week, sort of, because they had a game the next day. It was back-to-back situation. I think that's the only reason why, and I don't remember who was left in so long. Pat Jablonski, that's who it was. It wasn't Rasico. It wasn't Rasico, not in '95. It wasn't, was 95 or '96. It wasn't Rasico. Yeah, and I remember Pat Jablonski. I mean, he was whatever goalie, nothing special. He had played on the Olympic team or the World Junior Championship team. I'm not sure which. I remember that about him. And then we traded him to, I want to say Hartford. Roy told not the guy in the stands was Ron Caron. Not Ron Caron? No, not Ron Caron. He was the president of the team. He told him, I'm not, that's the last game I'm playing for you. It wasn't just some guy in the stands. That was the team's president. Hey Joe. Oh, don't make me hungry. Chicken chow mein. I love chicken chow mein. I don't know what it's like down there though. That's interesting. But yeah, I love chicken chow mein. Oh, but we all know that Patrick Roy was a difficult guy. There's no doubt. So I'm not saying anything about him that way. Mike Condon was not then. Mike Condon was not that long ago. Mike Condon was the year the year Carey Price started the season 10 games. I think he had won 9 of them and then got hurt. And they kept saying he's going to come back soon. He's going to 2 weeks. Wasn't that the year Condon was the goalie? It's 1:20 in the afternoon there. Nice, Joe. Alex Auld was actually a pretty decent backup here, if I'm correct. I remember correctly. Kosher chicken chow mein. I'm sure she did not kosher chicken chow mein. Why would you want to eat kosher chicken chow mein? Just joking. Budai was a good backup too. Tokarski, not so much. Rayshawn Houle did make the deal with it was Tremblay was the coach. Houle was named the GM, and Colorado totally screwed him because he was a rookie GM. So, you guys just naming all the Habs backups over the years? The mostly crappy backups that Carey Price had? Price could nah, I'm not gonna repeat that Habs stuff. I know that there's some truth to it, but it's not the reason he couldn't win a cup. You can't blame it on that because you're saying that a goalie could win the cup almost literally by himself. That's not true. My opinion. Brad, that was the return for Patrick Roy, Andre Kovalenko, Marty Rosinski, and Jocelyn Thibault. And it was not, although Thibault was not as bad as I think a lot of people remember, like kind of remember. But I think he had no chance here to be liked after being traded for Patrick Roy. Now, Rosinski wasn't spelled like that. The way Brad spelled it is how Rosinski was spelled. When Rosinski got here, he was like the big part of that deal, it turned out. He connected with Vinny Damphousse, I want to say, and he had like 21 goals the rest of the season, which was pretty good. And then he just really couldn't replicate that after that. But he was okay. Rosinski was okay. Chris Kreider is what cost us the cup. Because in the end, that's what screwed his knee. And that year, I mean, that was a really good chance to win a cup that year. And then what was it? Was it Tokarski that we had as his backup? And come on, that wasn't happening, unfortunately. Well, now though, I mean, now we got a team that I believe will win us the cup here. And that even now you might not like Craig Button or you might like him. I like Craig Button. And Craig Button says that you got to consider the Habs a contender, not a heavy contender going into the last part of the season, but like a light contender. That's how well they're playing. And if they get the goaltending in the playoffs, they could be a contender. I like to hear that. It's not why I like Craig Button, but I just like Craig Button. You were glad when they got rid of Price, 4 years of nothing? Well, I mean, he was on the IR. I mean, I don't know what you expected from him. Evelyn sort of bumped Kreider off balance. I do believe that that's kind of true. That is true. I think it's something that a lot of people forget. I had forgotten it, read that, I don't know when, like a while back. And it's like I had forgotten that. What do you mean he was milking the system? You got to explain that. He was not milking the system. What do you want him to do? Okay, let me ask you this. I don't know what your job is, but you got a job signed to a contract, huge contract. For some reason, something happens to you. You sort of can fulfill the contract, but not fully. You're going to retire and give up the money and cancel the contract, or you're going to milk it out. And what player doesn't do that anymore? So no, I don't think it's fair to say he milked the system. Games were a piece of cake. He said about the 2018 stuff. Didn't he have like a perfect record there? What player doesn't play for years? There's a defenseman was in Philadelphia, just got traded. Ellis, that's one. I mean, you can name a bunch of players that get injured at the end with term left. That's what the LTIR is for. No, it's not fair to come down on Price and hate Price over that. Not at all. You're way off the mark, in my opinion. Hey, Chicago Joe. Wait, what day are we today? Oh, it's Monday. Yeah, okay. Sorry to hear that you had a really long day. Were any of the Vancouver goals softies? No, not in my opinion. You may be able to say, like, maybe that's his fault. I thought on the third one, maybe, but no, I wouldn't call it a softie. Shea Weber. Shea Weber was on LTIR the last couple. He still is on LTIR. I forget what his contract is right now. No worries, Joe. But man, no, hate to hate Gary Price for that? No, man, you got to rethink that. Guru, I believe that too. Even if Emlyn helped him along a little bit, I think you're right that he just went in there, said, "Oh, look where I'm going. I'm going to keep going," and didn't do anything at all to try to avoid sliding into Price like that. Yeah, but why do you bring Doc, Line and Gooley up? They're not on LTIR. I don't see how that's a comparable even. And yeah, you better have great respect for Price and Weber. They earned it, my opinion. But I mean, I don't think it's fair to dock Line or Gooley because they're not on LTIR for the rest of their contract. It's not what's going to happen with them. You got to explain how how you can make that comparison. Remember, I have a neurodivergent brain. Remember, it's true though. That does affect. So sometimes I think the opposite, and it doesn't make sense. But how do you explain that? No, Hap said he didn't milk anything. He can't play. He had 4 or 5 years left on his contract, which was 40 or 50 million dollars. No player do would no player would turn that away. No player. Would you, if you were him, would you? Would you turn down and say, you know what, 40, 50 million? I'm going to retire. I don't need that money. Would you do that? No. Now, when that happened, I remember I did a video. I thought he would retire, and and that was just being naive. Because I mean, who would do that? They're hurt that much, they might as well be on LTIR. Well, Gooley and Doc. Well, Doc is on LTIR right now, but it's not in the same way as It's it. I can't play anymore. Put me on LTIR for 3 4 years. It's not the same thing. I mean, to say a player is milking the system because he's on LTIR, I don't think your thinking is right. His wife liked what? What is his wife like? That he's on LTIR? His wife likes that he's out of the spotlight now. She didn't like it that he was so popular and all that. Apparently, she didn't like it. Okay, but Hapster, would you turn it down? If you can't say 100%, yeah, no, I turn that down. Like, if you can't say that, like, really, because who would say that? Then you can't hold it against him, in my opinion. Hey there, Andre. Good to see you out there, buddy. Okay, wait. You saw TikTok of a Sharks fan really upset. Okay, I get it now. Wait. So this is Guru. Saw a TikTok of a Sharks fan really upset in the stands because they went to see their favorite goalie and he didn't play. And Guru asked if it was Carey Price, and the guy didn't answer. Okay, a lot to unpack there. A lot of stupidity. Do you really think somebody, a Sharks fan, could be that ignorant to the situation that they would go to the rink expecting to see Carey Price playing? Yikes. He will not go down for milking. Oh my God. Hapsit, you got to really rethink. People in the chat, help me out here. Got to change his mind. There's no milking of anything. You think he's being sarcastic with me? Well, okay. I can't tell. Hard to tell on in typing like that. Hard to tell. But my point is still valid. He's not signed to the Sharks, dude. He signed a contract in Montreal, 8 years, $10.5 million. That contract was traded to the Sharks. That's it. It wasn't finished yet. That contract was traded so that they could stay above the floor. But how they didn't sign him to anything. Where Guru thing? Where's Guru's? Oh, you think Guru is being sarcastic? He is a Shark, yes, but he'll never play. So they have his contract. That's it. But why aren't you upset about Shea Weber? Shea Weber right now currently is doing the same thing. I forget what team. Chicago has just traded for another contract, the Ellis contract, because they want to stay above the floor. There's Torrey Krug, I think, is doing it. You can name player after player. Anyway, you got to rethink that, dude. You got to rethink that. You got to rethink it. Weber and Price are not playing together. Weber is in Chicago. His contract, I think, and or is it in San Jose? Weber was mad to you, but it's not the point. The situation's the same. If you say Carey Price is milking it, whether you like Weber or not, how come you're not saying Weber is milking it? You can't be biased about one or the other. They're both doing the same thing. It doesn't matter if he was a rental player. It doesn't matter if he never played here. It's not the point of it. You're saying Price, who isn't here anymore, his contract's elsewhere, is milking it. Why is Weber not milking it? Just because you think he wasn't here long enough, doesn't have anything to do with it. Scored Matheson. Round up in the blue line. Yeah, 29 seconds into it. I didn't even know the period. I barely knew the period started. I looked up, Matheson scores. Are you really going to hold it against him because he had a problem with alcohol? Again, you got to rethink that one. I'm going off camera. You know why I'm going off camera? For that. That make me as bad? Am I as bad as what as Price? Because Price had a problem with alcohol? I don't know what to tell you. The guy came out, went for help, recovered, is a recovering alcoholic. You, to talk like that about someone who's done the work to recover is wrong, is what I'm saying. Because we're only human beings. I'm not milking you. Oh, they just scored again. Black. Didn't even see it at all. Guru, you're sitting with the guest score contest, my friend. With 18, almost 19 minutes left, I don't like your chances though, because they don't look like they're done scoring. There's so much hate going on in the world. Have to hate on somebody at all, like for that, is wrong. There's so much hate. Why add that kind of hate to this world? Oh, 5-3 lead with a lot of time left. Whoa! Goalie did not know where that puck was. Not a puppet. Are you saying because we don't look at it the same way you are, we're puppets? No, we're just independent thinkers, and how I look at it. 2 minutes into the third. Yeah, they like to do that a little premature here in Montreal for some reason. Gonna jinx it. It's only a 2 goal lead. That's not a super comfortable lead. Are they doing a wave? Yeah, they're doing a wave. And good pressure here by Canucks. So they're not beaten down, that's for sure. What happened is Montreal scored 2 goals. Oh, that was a big save by Topo Gigio. Honestly, I don't know all the goal scorers to say that off the top of my head. If it was 4 goals by a defenseman. Score is now 5-3 Montreal, David. Have you ever had a problem with alcohol or drugs? If you haven't, then you can't speak for that. You don't understand. That's all I can say. If you're saying what you're saying there, then you don't understand, and that's why you're not able to have compassion for it. The guy did the work to get himself better. I don't know what else you can ask from a human being. Oh, it is 4 goals by a defenseman. So that is that. It is 4 goals. Willpower. Well, no, you're talking. I don't know. I'm sorry, but you sound really young saying that, or just ignorant to having that happen in your family or to yourself. He's a human being, dude. He's a human being. And human beings have trouble sometimes with things. Just because he was a star hockey player doesn't make it that he would like that he it couldn't happen to him. So you work in a rehab and you can't understand that he had a problem. Come on, dude. Hey, Randy. I don't care where they come from, the goals, as long as they come in. But yeah, I mean, good to see the D contributing like that. Yeah, like I don't know if you want to read what who's who wrote there. I lean towards saying that honestly. That's where I would. I'm trying to be nice. You're new to the channel, but I would read that and I'd take that to heart. And I gotta say, if that is the attitude that you have as someone who works in a rehab, you should reconsider where you work. 3 on got a 3-on-2 happening. Scored, Kapanen. 6-3. Sorry, Guru. Kapanen. Canucks are getting their asses kicked in the third period here. That's for sure. Yes, but I'll only repeat, I don't think you should work at a rehab. Rehab should be compassionate and understanding. You don't seem that way at all towards that. You shouldn't work at a rehab. My brother died, okay, from he was an addict and he died from it. So I know about this shit. I know about this shit. And therefore I have compassion about it. They're really singing the old A song now, 7 minutes into the third. Shots are now 35-16. We're just creaming them 6-3 Habs. We're creaming them. Guru, I know you wouldn't complain because, right, David? You understand, right? No, I see. Habs, I gotta say, I don't agree with that. You need compassion. It doesn't mean you have to be pushovers with them, but you got to be compassionate. Paul, they did get shut up last game. They're making up for the last game when they couldn't score. Anyway, what can I say? I never said anything about puppy love, dude. Never said anything. If you want to say puppy love is compassion, well, I could maybe teach you about a word called empathy. Now, man, you definitely shouldn't work in a rehab. I'm sorry, man. You definitely. If I had to go to rehab, I wouldn't want you there. Tough love might cure some people, but I bet you it kills as many as it cures. Did he just write that? Did he just write that? Does everybody see that? Do I have any mods here? You want to do it for me, please? Any mods? You know what I'm talking about right now. I don't believe what I'm reading right there. Sorry, dude. Bye bye. Somebody gonna do it or I gotta do it? One and done. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to write that after I told you I'm Jewish? I can put up with a guy talking like that, but I'm not gonna put up with that. Not today, especially with the crap going on. Fuck, man. Thank you, Phil. I just didn't want to be the one to do it out of anger. So I didn't want to be the one. That's why I made somebody else do it. We'll see if he comes back. I don't know if you can fully kick a guy, ban him like I can, but we'll see. Right, BL? It went sour real quick. Well, I'm sorry. I don't put up with that mindset. I don't care who. I don't care. Take a sub away. It's gone. I'm back to 39.99, and I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna have somebody write that in my chat. Then lost their trap. No, the trap game obviously it didn't work out for them. Too much hate in this world to put up with garbage like that. I don't care from. I don't care who it is. Like I said, I don't care who it is. One of you guys want to come in and call me a Jew? You're gonna go too. I don't care who it is. It's just I don't put up with that. Was he a Vancouver fan? No, his name it was Habsta. I don't know why he's a Vancouver fan. We're gonna show him where the bear shit in the woods comes back. He put his nose in it. There is plenty of time for goals. This game's not over, but I mean, I don't think Vancouver's going to come back and tie it up. We're ahead 3 goals. Nothing is looking like that's going to happen. Yeah, Dr. Habs says how to quit drinking. I mean, how could you not have? I understand if a guy's an alky, whatever, and not doing anything about it and ruining his life, and it just keeps going downhill. I get it, but when a guy has come back admitted, come out, admitted it, taken the treatment, and is still sober. What else do you ask from somebody? What did you miss? Had to toss somebody for basically. I mean, I take it as him calling me a fucking Jew. Now, it's not what he did, but I read between the lines. So, defending the brotherhood there, Nucci. Defending the brotherhood. Caps will be tough to beat. You think so? I don't know. Are they playing better? They're not like a great team right now. I thought. I'll know more tomorrow when I do my research for the game. But I actually think the Caps are going to be beatable tomorrow. Now that's a good question, BL. Asking Baby how he's doing these days. I apologize for not doing that more often. By the way, no worries, Nucci. I hold the fort well on that. You don't have to worry. I don't let people. I don't let people insult me like that. No. And he didn't get a 5 minute timeout. At least I hope that's not it. I hope it was a full ban. If it's not, he comes back. I'm banning him. But um, no, I don't put up with that. And I don't put up with people calling other people other names like that either. I don't put up with that kind of hate. There's enough freaking hate in the world. We don't need that. He was a schmuck. Yeah. The thing is, he was like a really. I wouldn't say he was a big schmuck because he doesn't have a big one. He's got a tiny one. You did it 24 hours. Is that all that you guys can not next time I'll do it. I didn't know. I didn't know if you could ban them completely, which I didn't think you could. So, and if he comes back, I'm not putting up with him. Unless he comes back in and totally apologizes, I'll give him a chance, but he'll be on an extremely short leash. Yeah, he's on a separate list there, you know. I don't love everyone, but I mean, I don't hate automatically or because somebody's got a label. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm like Phil. I hate everyone equally. That's a good way to put it. Where are we here? Oh, they have a power play? Yeah, I didn't see what the power play was for. I did not see. Hating just it takes too much out of you. I don't. I try not to hate people anymore, even though I know I got a big list of haters. It's not that kind of hate though, except for Austin Matthews. It's supposed to bring people together, Nucci, as well as have rivalries, but still, but not always. Guru, it's good to know. I didn't know, but we'll see. He get kicked out like that, he might not come back. Yeah, they're all pro Trump there, BL. No, as a matter of fact, when we bring in a new podcast, which we are apparently around my birthday, we should have a new podcast, Nashville. It's part of our vetting. I told them I won't work with anybody like that, so we better vet them first. Yeah, but Phil, I mean, for a guy like that, putting that shit in the chat here, I thinking about yummy things isn't going to make me not want to ban him from the channel. So you're allowed saying that, Nucci. Yeah, Phil, I saw that. I don't want to talk about politics right now. Got a little bit out of touch with this game. 6:40 left here in the third. Shots are 37-19 now. Still 6-3. No, oh, I eat bacon. I have no problem with bacon or pork or anything like that. I'm not kosher. Doesn't mean I'm not Jewish though. Bagels is my claim to fame. Hey, Carolina came back to tie it up. Nice. Be awesome if Detroit would lose and Montreal was going to win here, and we at least tie them again, and then we'd be back ahead of them because we have a game in hand on them. I can cheer for Carolina if I want the team they're playing against to lose. I have no problem with that. I'll cheer for the Leafs for a situation like that. I won't like it, but I'll do it. That they are a big bunch of jerks. Their social media, they're just jerks. Yeah, Joe. I'm not kosher. I never have been. We've never been religious like that to be kosher. At the holidays, sometimes when I was young, um, I guess for Passover. No, it's not Passover. Yeah, I think it is Passover. You got to eat. We followed it anyway. We didn't have bread. We only had matzah around stuff like that. We did that for a little bit, but only on the holidays. And at, that was when I was really young, and then when I was in my teens, we went to family for those kind of things. We didn't do it ourselves, so we didn't have to do all that. Didn't have special dishes and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But I'm still Jewish no matter what, and I don't take kindly to being hated on for it. Yeah, Nucci, that's a good way to put it. Not cheering for Carolina, just cheering for the other team to lose. That's a good way to put it. Wolverine, you can root for the Bruins if the team you want to lose, the other team you want them to lose, just like that. You're cheering for the other team to lose. I like that better. But yeah, I bet you're not the only one that does. Just I don't. It's me. I hate the Leafs. The Bruins, I hate them, but it's not as big a hate. That's all. Hey, Lou, you're out. Okay. Why is your name like that? That's not how it always is. Good to see you out there. What's up? Who's that? You hate the Bees, Leafs, and Rangers. Yeah, I don't like the Rangers. So it's kind of like that. There's a few teams that I don't really like, but I only cheer for the Habs. I don't cheer for any other team. Except if I want a team to lose and there's whoever they're playing, I'll cheer for them for that game. Yeah, don't did I watch that? Did we do we covered that series, I think. Wolverine. That's something I can cheer for, Phil. I have no problem playing them in the first round. Joe, Vegas isn't a team I like either. Yeah, they are an easy one to dislike. Yeah, I told you you can get it on here. Yeah, that's a good game too. We're killing them, so it's a good game to watch, Lou. Yeah, yeah. Again, Wolverine. I don't have a problem. I'm not cheering necessarily for the team. It's in the situation only, so I have no problem to do that. But if they're playing the Habs, I'm never going to cheer for another team when they're playing us. So how is that why Paul, is that why you like the Habs? Because your dad didn't? Yeah, I feel I agree with that one. I just don't like 10 p.m. games. But what are you gonna do? I kind of like I just like any team we have to play after 9 o'clock or at 9 o'clock or later. It's getting to be lately 7:30 game is too late for me to to do a review on. Although these games, I've been talking too much to you guys that it's hard to do a review of a game I didn't really see that much of, to be honest. Oh, good save there by Dobich. And then a good defensive um, play, I guess, by Dobson, I think. Yeah, we drew a penalty though. But 2:12 to go. I mean, we're up by 3. I'm not worried about this game. A nice regulation win here. Yeah, Wolverine. That's exactly it, right? Definitely anybody playing the Leafs, I'm rooting for them. So even if it's a team I don't like, it's definitely a team I like more than the Leafs. That's what I was saying. Poor, yeah, what's his name? Tolopilio. No, Tolopilo. Not there's no I-O there. Topo Gigio, that's what I call him. He has me off my game. How am I off my game, dude? He didn't affect me at all. Just pissed me off that he wanted to call me some Jewish slander of some sort. How come you're tied with me in the time? I don't. The time works weird for you over there. Red light polio seems like it tonight. He started out good though. I mean, he looked like this was going to be a tough game, and the floodgates open. No empathy for the non-Jewish Jesus out there in South America. Who are you even talking about? Last minute of play. I mean, this game's not in doubt now. That's for sure. 45 seconds to go. Face off in front of Dobush coming up. I don't even know what he said, but he said it as an insult. Because there's no way he didn't know I was talking about being Jewish. I mean, he was part of the conversation. And then you said that? I forget it. Not putting up with that in any way, shape, or form, that kind of stuff. Not at all. Unless I know for sure it's a joke. Because that wasn't a joke. That was not a joke. Very un-South Park like or very South Park like. I don't know. I don't know which one is right on that. Pedersen opened the scoring, but other than that, yeah, I mean, you're right about that, Beal. And that's it. 6-3 win, Montreal. Now we gotta wait and see what happens with Detroit as far okay, I hit that. Supposed to go there. Oh. As far as first place in the division. So if Detroit loses, or if they get a point though, they'll be ahead of us. But if they lose, we'll jump ahead of them. Even though tied for points, if they lose, and we've just won. You lost those two guys. That Bedard's injured again. He just came back.
McDavid didn't leave six or 7 million, but he left a few million on the table to sign that contract. But I wouldn't say 6 or 7. You have goosebumps? When was the last game you watched, Lou? When was it? This was a good game. They played really well tonight. Um, Vancouver's a shitty team, so that helped. But I mean, they're you haven't seen them in a while. They're really good right now. Kapanen has been in the scoring lead for rookies for a while, actually, and Demidov's been leading in points for a little while. It was close in the first month and a half or so, 2 months. I don't know by say October, November. Yeah, October, November. But then he started to pull away Demidov and make some separation. So they're an OT there from Detroit. Go Carolina, is it? Go Carolina. Good night, Irene. Come on, Irene. That's what it makes me think of. Bedard was out. Didn't he just come back though? Maybe he came back too early because of the Olympics, hoping to get playing again so that he could be named to the Olympics. I don't know. I don't need to be wearing that. That's for sure. Yeah, I honestly I don't know. I didn't hear anything, so I was out all day because of Lou. I was out all. Yeah, but I didn't read. I didn't get any kind of news for NHL like all day because I was out before 8 o'clock. It's been a long day. Been a long day for me. I just looked at the time and went, "Oh, geez, that was a long game." But no, it wasn't that long. It was a later start. Excuse me. He's been out for a game or two. I thought I thought he just came back a game or two ago. That's so weird. I mean, I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's just like a setback on the injury and not like another injury keeping him out. Slav and Demidov 3 points each. I love to see both of that because so many people, calling Slav, like either a fraud or shouldn't have been the first pick, and he shouldn't have been the first pick. Hudson should have been when you look back at it. But Slav is still the legitimate third best pick in that draft. So, and then Demidov, because I want him to win the Calder, and he's going to need to be a good bit ahead of Schaefer. And he's making that separation, right? So, yeah. Be awesome if we can have 2 years in a row of the Calder winner. A needed win. I mean, yeah, because they got to stay in. They got to keep pace with Detroit and Tampa, and then to keep ahead of like Buffalo's is on their ass. The Leafs starting to win too, so it was a good point tonight for Habs players. It's funny because in the pod I was saying they were recording when I started the show. They're talking about the arena there. That's the main topic. But I'm looking. I had to find pictures to make the thumb, and I'm looking, and I don't know. They look like it's almost ready. Although that's the arena, like the inside, apparently, like on outside, like the toilets and all that kind of stuff, they're a little bit behind the dressing room. So I don't know, but they still have a couple of weeks, so I'm sure it'll be ready. I don't think there's going to be much chance that it doesn't happen or that the NHL players say, "Oh, we're not playing there." That's not going to happen. What was the list? I believe Cooley was 4th. I don't remember who was 2nd, but it was Hudson, somebody, Slaff, and then Cooley, I believe, in the list I saw. And that's going by career points, I believe it was. Host a winter game at the Quebec Ice Palace? What are you talking about, Phil? They're doing it's next season, the Heritage Classic, I think it is. And we nailed it down. Did we nail it down in the last game? Montreal, Winnipeg, outdoors in Winnipeg in October. Outdoors in Winnipeg in October should be cold enough, I would think. So that's where they are playing an outdoor game, but it's next season. You're thinking of what is that? The Quebec, they do it every year. The ice, no, the Winter Carnival. The Winter Carnival. With the Bonhomme, what's the name of that snowman mascot thing? There's a big palace. Yeah, no, that's the Winter Carnival. I'm pretty sure up in Quebec City. Is it a big win? I mean, it's a big win in that they have to keep pace with the other teams. If it wasn't as close, it wouldn't be as big a win, but it's a big win, especially if Detroit loses. But I guess either way, whether they win or lose, just they have to keep pace with them. And also, that they're not going to fall further back. All right, I'm going to take off because I want to go eat supper. I'm back tomorrow. Washington at 7, so a little bit earlier, the normal shit. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks everybody for being here and sticking around. No thanks to the guy that insulted me, but thanks to everybody else. It was actually a really fun game, and it was a lot of fun talking to you guys in the chat. We'll do that again tomorrow, and that's it. Till next time, which is just tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Stay safe out there. Peace out. And yeah, go Habs, go. Let's do that to Washington tomorrow, which I kind of think they can do. Detroit won. Well, see, that's why that was an important win as well, because now they kept pace with them. At least that, right? We're only 2 points behind. We didn't fall 4 behind. So either way, it's awesome. I think we beat Washington tomorrow, but we'll talk about it tomorrow for the game. All right, that's it. Ciao, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for being here, and I will see you demain. Ciao, everybody. Oops, I got to do this. I got to do it this way. Wait, I got to do this. And then oh, I don't think I ended the stream though. I'm sorry. Here we go.